Hello for another coffee talk. And I was thinking, since we last time talked about tarot, and I think it was about how to choose your tarot deck. So I was thinking, why not talk about what tarot is not? Because I do get a lot of questions about tarot and how, well, from the questions, I understand that it is misunderstood. So, before we get into anything, get yourself a hot drink. Now it's 7:50 p.m. my time, so it's quite late. If you don't drink coffee that late, get something, you know, other than coffee. I'm personally drinking milk with tea because it's quite late. And let's get into this. So, first thing, what tarot is not. Tarot is not fortune telling. Boom, I know. A lot of people think that tarot is, can predict the future, or it's just a tool to predict the future with absolute certainty. I'm sorry to burst the bubble, but no. Tarot, though, is a very powerful tool, and it offers guidance about a certain situation, but it has to be a current situation or something that is slightly in the near future. But is it something that will be 100% fortune telling? No. So tarot is mainly more about giving guidance than predicting the future. So let's give an example. You are in a dilemma whether to leave your current job or to not, or to accept the offer that you were just given or not. Well, a tarot reading will come in handy for you for specific guidance for this very situation. But if you want, you know, fortune telling, it's tarot is not a fortune telling tool. Sorry. I know a lot of people will feel like, oh my goodness, I am disappointed, but this is the truth about tarot. So, number one, tarot is not a fortune telling tool. Next, tarot in itself cannot bless or curse. Sorry. So, meaning, tarot cards cannot be used in curses or spells. Other people can use them for spells. I mean, it can be used for spells, but it is not inherently magical, right? So the power of the tarot comes from the ability of the reader. So the ability of the reader to, sorry, to interpret these symbols, to put the cards together and tell you what will happen in a situation, but it is not inherently like the cards themselves do not have a power. For example, like if you look at a regular deck, good, now I have the Ace of Cups. This is printed paper, so it doesn't have any power of its own to bless or curse. So again, another bubble burst, but this is the truth about it. It cannot curse anyone. What tarot is not? Tarot is not tied to a specific religion. So, yes, tarot is associated more with paganism or witchcraft or the occult, but it is also adaptable to any religion. Meaning, tarot has roots in many different cultures, and what can I say? It is more of a spiritual tool or a psychological tool to help you than to tie it to any faith, right? Again, because let's have a look. Remember, printed paper. So that doesn't have a religion, right? Some people say that it originated in Italy. Some people say it originated in Egypt or something. Personally, I have doubts about that, but I don't really care where it originated or with what religion it was associated, as long as it does its job. right? So it can be adapted to anything. Next, what tarot is not. Tarot is not good or evil. I know there is a lot of things about people believing the tarot is in itself is evil, and it can bring about evil whatever entities or something in your space, and that you need to be careful when you use tarot or when you be around tarot or if you walk in a bookstore that has tarot. But it is not a dark thing or a negative thing at all. Tarot in itself is neutral, and of course it depends on how you use it, like any other tool, right? Like, let's take the example of a knife, right? You can use it to cook dinner or you can use it to kill somebody. So in itself is not a harmful tool, it's how you use it. And so we cannot say that tarot is evil or that it's good. Something to remember. Now, this is very important. Tarot, I cannot stress this one enough. Tarot is not a substitute for therapy or for medication or for, psychological help, right? As we mentioned in the beginning, it is a tool for guidance, but it's not a treatment. Same thing that goes for so many things. Let's take the example of crystals. Crystals can be very, very helpful. They can amplify some, like, whatever energies that you are using them for, but you cannot use it to, 100% heal something. You need to seek medical advice. Same thing with tarot. So, tarot can complement therapy, for example, but it cannot replace therapy. So be very careful if somebody out there tells you, like, okay, well, I'm getting a tarot reading, so that should be fine because I need to, let's say, clarify a certain, mental issue. If it is a mental issue and you think it is like bugging you for quite a long time and you need help with that mental issue, you need to seek professional help. Do not seek just a tarot reading. It can be helpful for guidance, but it is not the main thing you should rely on. What tarot is not? Tarot is not always literal. Tarot cards are based on symbols. So, you need to also understand that it's up to the reader to how they interpret the symbols, right? And the imagery and the archetypes. So mainly a tarot reading can give you an insight, but not necessarily on a literal event, right? Let me put this one straight because it might be a little bit confusing for you. Let's say you are asking about a certain thing, right? If you're asking about a certain thing, okay, the answer will be accurate, right? But if you're asking a general question like, what should I expect in the next 48 hours, right? And you get a tarot reading, you will have a bunch of symbols, and the events that are mentioned are not necessarily literal. They can be a reflection of something. They can be a metaphysical, if that makes sense, a metaphysical image of what is to happen, right? Not necessarily that is 100% literal, because again, it's based on symbols, imagery, and archetypes. What tarot is not? Tarot is not unchangeable, meaning it is changeable, because let's take a little example here. Okay, so a little practice. If I shuffle the cards now, thinking about whatever question, right? Let me think about a question. Okay, I got something, right? Now, every time I shuffle, I will probably get something different. But let's see. Okay, I got the King of Pentacles reversed. That's my answer. Same question. Let me shuffle again. The Eight of Pentacles. Okay, well, it's still Pentacles, but let's try for the last time. Okay. Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay, it's still Pentacles, so it's about the same, energy. But you still get different cards, which means that there is nothing in tarot set in stone, right? Why? Because the fate is not fixed. Basically, we can change our fate. Whatever we do changes the result. So if the cards tell you that, let's say, for example, bad news, you're going to lose your job in the next 1 month. Okay, that could be an energy in your field, but that doesn't mean that it is a fixed, set in stone type of thing. No, it could mean that you need to be very careful because there's something wrong you're doing, and you need to be careful because if it persists, then high chances of you losing the job. So if that makes sense, obviously. So excuse me. So it just reflects the nature of things, around a certain situation. Not that it will 100% happen, because again, nothing is fixed.